I'm gonna shut this off. It's gonna take me a little bit to get stuff set up here yet. Do do do. Do 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 do. Let me get some music playing. I love how this is the first song on the OST. Again, not gonna mess with the Fontificator chat too much. Oh god, this looks so bad. There you guys go. How does that look? I need to figure out a better method of doing this at some point. Alright guys, so let's go over this. Fat chat. We were inside Bowser after all. Okay, so did we do this spoiler free? Some people were spouting out a couple mechanics here and there, but for the most part, like I said, that's not really a spoiler. Spoilers kind of telling you where to go next and so on and so forth. So yeah, we were relatively spoiler free here. I'd say mechanically, people tried to spoil stuff, but there's the good thing about it. You guys might have gotten spoiled, but I've learned very quickly that if I see people talking about the game in chat, I just skim over it and completely bypass it and things like that. The only times that I catch it is if I'm like reading another message that's right up above it or something like that. So like, again, I'll go look at the spoilers and stuff like that in the chat if you guys listed anything in the spoilers chat, but I more so don't want spoilers for everyone here, not just me. But, you know, of course there are some times I'm going to read the chat and see it. Because I don't like to ignore messages or anything like that, but when someone, you can kind of gauge what someone's saying sometimes. Music rating. I really like the music in this game. I really did. No, I stopped the timer, but thank you for reminding me, Kevin. I like the music a lot in this game, but BGG said it perfectly earlier. Some of the music, you just spend so much time in fights and stuff like that, and in areas that the music gets a little bit old, but nonetheless, the music is good. I'm gonna give it a solid 8. I did really like that final boss theme, but oh man, did it get old fast. I really like the graphics in this game, for a DS game. It was really good. It was a very artistic game overall. Probably one of my favorite DS games at this point, I'd say. It's definitely worth a play. I'm gonna give that an 8 as well. So, the story, there wasn't a whole lot of a story going on, but it was pretty interesting. The only problem that I would say... Why is it not playing anything else? Thank you. The only problem that I would say is that you spend a majority of the game in like dialogue boxes and stuff like that explaining what to do, and they try to like tie it into the story some and things like that, but it gets a little old and boring after a while. I would say it was one of the weaker points of the game overall, but it was still, you know, interesting and fun, and I like how it pitted Mario and Luigi against Bowser, but at the same time working together. Super Mario RPG, you had him in your party, but he was kind of in your party at the same time here, so it was pretty much... It was pretty interesting. I liked it. I'm gonna give it a 7. Alright, mechanics rating. I liked the mechanics a lot in this game. They were a lot of fun. They were, again, just overused constantly. Boss fights were way too long. You had all the resources in the world to heal yourself and things like that. Like, legitimately, surviving was no problem, except for if you took a hit at some point. And what's the point of having all those healing items anyway? I had, what, 99 max mushrooms that fully heal my HP, but I would never get the chance to use them in most cases. I'd say the battle mechanics and stuff like that were really solid, but all the mini games and being forced to do them constantly to kind of portray Mario and Luigi's part of the story for a majority of the thing, it just got a little old. So I'm gonna say overall, I'm gonna give this a 7 as well, mechanically. The game itself was a lot of fun, but like a lot of like a lot of things, Nintendo, they spent way too much time explaining things again and again and again. Grinding. As you guys saw, I avoided a lot of battles in this game, and really you don't have to, and I feel like if you didn't, the battles would go quicker, and because I was avoiding battles, sometimes I got stuck going through an area and having to fight an enemy over and over again. But as you guys saw, I don't really think you need to grind either. Getting the Blitties was actually a really good idea. It gave me plenty of damage. They were really easy to get, relatively easy to get, because Bowser doesn't have a whole lot of enemy sprites and stuff like that that he has to fight. So I would say if you want to have a little bit of an easier time and probably not get one-shot by bosses, you should grind. And speaking of mechanics in that, I'm not a huge fan of RNG level ups, I gotta say. I'm just not. I either would like to have the ability to put my points in where I want them to go, or to know at least what type of points I can get. But that being said, you could occasionally get the 5s and stuff like that, and that also affects your grinding. So I had a lot of strength, and it made it so I could wipe enemies quickly, but they destroyed me quickly all the time. So really, depending on how you decided to level your characters and whether you got some luck on the roulettes and stuff like that, or if you saved the game every time you're about to level and made sure that you got really good rolls and stuff like that, grinding could be far, far easier and potentially more fun to do. But overall, I'm going to say that it really wasn't required, and for the most part, it wasn't that difficult if you didn't die and get hit. But, oops. Again, going back and speaking a little bit about the mechanics, when we're talking about the leveling system and stuff like that, I did kind of like that I died if I took a couple hits, but the fact that you can get dazed and fall down and stuff like that is a really, really stupid mechanic in a game where you can die to 2 to 3 hits. You're basically saying you're going to take 2, 3 hits no matter what. Maybe if you had a third character in there or something like that. Oh, jeez. It wouldn't have such a domino effect on you, but the fact that you have 2 characters and if one of them gets hit and then that other character goes and like grabs that character and becomes hindered when trying to dodge and stuff like that, you have no time to figure this type of stuff mid-battle. Like, you have to figure out completely different timings and stuff like that, and if you don't, it's over. And if it's a long fight like the last couple boss fights were, you're spending all that time just redoing the exact same thing. It's not that it's difficult, but you're doing, you know, button inputs here that have to be pretty precise to dodge everything and everything else. So but overall, I'm gonna say that I think this is gonna average out to about a 7.8 or so for me, and we'll just get the calculator out because we're gonna have you guys rate it. In the meantime, while I'm doing that, if you guys don't mind, could you guys go ahead and rate the game for what you thought of it? Your chat keeps breaking? Well, I'll be able to let you know if you're in the raffle. Bum, bum, bum. You guys, I don't think we heard the final boss music enough, so... Wow, we're getting a lot of votes here, guys. I really appreciate that. I always like to see what you guys think of it too. because you guys experience this with me. The struggles and so on. Alright, looks like you guys voted it, and it's about a 7.6 for you guys as well, so we're just gonna round that up to a 8. Anything above 7.5? Would I replay this game? Maybe in quite a while. Alright, we beat this game, what's today, the 29th? Alright, it took us 19 hours, 28 minutes, and 28 seconds. Would have been a lot less if I stopped dying. Alright, guys. That means you guys know what time it is now. Oops. That means that it is raffle time. That mod spam, though. Where are you, night butt? Get out of here, night butt. Alright guys, if you want to enter a raffle, all you have to do is type the word raffle and you have the chance to enter. Everyone has an equal chance of winning. No one has more chance whatsoever, unless your name's Nikurti. So if you like JRPGs, if that's why you're here, if you were here to watch Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story, there are other Mario and Luigi games on the list to play. And as you can, well, you might not be able to see it now, but the number at the top of the list, 738, I believe we're at, games-wise. There's plenty of JRPGs to be played, so if you like JRPGs, you should definitely consider entering the raffle. What do you have to lose? Wow, BGG, your spam broke the bot. It's got your name in here 5 times, but you're only entered... You're only actually entered 1 time. But your name's in there 5 times. I don't know how you managed to do that. El Tannen does already have the next game, but that doesn't matter. El Tannen could win 2 times in a row. If BGG wins, you Raito? Yeah, I shouldn't have said that, because now you guys are going to think that he won because of that. But no, he's only marked as eligible once. The other times he's not eligible, so... Alright guys, we're going to give it about another 30-40 seconds or so. Like I said, even if you're a lurker and things like that, which I know I'm a lurker myself, I very rarely type in any type of chat or anything like that. Even if the only thing that you say is the word raffle and then the game that you pick, that is 100% okay with me. I greatly appreciate people that are, you know, wanting to lurk and things like that, but I think that this is a fun thing that could be there for all of you guys as well. If BGG wins, you will boycott everything. Okay. Alright, as far as I can tell, it looks like everyone is in that wanted to enter, that typed the word raffle. Alright guys, let's see who's gonna win here. Good luck, everyone. We We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. You and Nikurti both, my friend. What are the chances? Not like this. Rigged! You are becoming Nikurti. The two of you have won a lot of times. You're banned for life. The best part is that we just beat a game that Deform picked. Like this, with this game that we had the raffle after is the game that was picked by Deformed, so that's the first time that's happened. You were the chosen one, Eltanin. It will be funny if someone wins twice in a row. Just slip me a donation. No, unfortunately everyone has equal chance no matter what. Interesting. I know nothing about this game. Alright. It looks like we've got our next game picked. Look at the results. I don't even know what to say. I honestly expected to see less of the same people winning than what's happened. I really thought that, like, we'd start seeing duplicates, like, when we got to, like, the 100 or so. Without horse wieners. Chibi, anime, animu... Okay. Anime wins again. Alright, well, as you guys can see, Mr. Eltanin Z is the owner of the next game that we're going to be playing. A game I know, again, nothing about. So we got a few completely blind games coming up. So it should be fun. Thank you everyone that stuck around. Sorry it took so long to beat that boss and stuff like that. That was pretty depressing, let's be honest. So let's look at how long this game is. $40 hours. Ooh. You drank way too much to win? I really don't know what to say to that, to be honest. Like I said, I did not expect any one person to win 2 to 3 times this quickly. But it happened, so let me find somebody to host you guys with. Again, I appreciate everyone sticking around. It was a lot of fun. Sorry for the salt. I think the salt was somewhat warranted, though. I gotta be honest, I may need to consider looking into getting a 3DS. I had a lot of trouble, and I don't know if it was the 2DS or what, or just the fact that I completely suck. But I was struggling with a lot of the forced mechanics with, like, sliding the stylus and things like that. And they're not overly difficult, but for whatever reason, nothing seemed to be working properly for me whatsoever. How did we get to the last song already? Was I literally talking for that long? Alright. While we're looking for somebody to host and talking about this a little bit, let's talk about what I'm going to be doing a bit. You can get a new 2D... Yeah, but then I'd have to get a capture card and stuff like that as well. You got your next game picked out already, Deformed? Wow. So, tomorrow